What are they doing?
What they did was, I'm speaking to the station agent, having a funny conversation, and telling them, you can't stand around here, you have to leave the station or board the train. There's no excuse for that. I'm inside the station, on another occasion, I'm inside the station, you're telling me I have to leave, or I'll be arrested for loitering? That's what I mentioned the previous month. Not the month he was in, the previous month. There's no excuse for that. It really isn't.
No, there isn't.
Okay, so if he hasn't done so already, he needs to have a discussion.
And you were talking to a transit employee and they hassled you?
That's what, I had mentioned this in the past. And my complaint, over the years, my complaints fall on deaf ears.
Well, we have a good relation with the chief and we will tell him this kind of stuff is not acceptable.
Excuse me. Also, okay, downstairs, okay, in that lousy customer service office, you have to get a receipt.
You mean at Stone Street, you mean?
Yes, you have to get a receipt before speaking to those clowns who are working in the windows. Okay, all they're doing is directing traffic. They're not helping us. Andy needs to dismiss that service. Okay, he should just let us go to the damn windows and have our business.
So is the receipt business so that you go in order
No,
if you
yeah.
arrived?
In different directions. I have to do that in a lot of places.
But it's directed traffic. They're not helping me.
Yeah, it's like go window 1 for this question, window 2
Right,
for that
right,
question,
right.
rather than having you just walk up to any window and be turned away to go to the other one.
I see.
Okay,
Yeah.
but this is the dating game. Okay, so that service sucks. Okay, Andy needs to drop.
It's a traffic vote.
Okay,
We got it.
You can try to you, Lisa.
Yes.
It's like to check
We
out
got
a
it.
You
Whole
need to find that
Foods.
email I sent you recently. Give it to the guards,
We'll do
also the
that.
building owner.
Yep.
Okay, because I told you before, last 3 years, they continuously treat me like some escaped convict, which I don't appreciate, although I've been incarcerated, that's another story. I don't appreciate that. I appreciate them detaining me.
Make sure.
If I get them paperwork stating why I'm here, they need to read it.
Yep,
Okay, they
we
should
will.
keep it for their record.
We got
They
it.
don't read it.
No, yeah, we will send your name down for admission.
Chris.
I apologize for not having done that.
Getting back to some people mentioned about homeless, one thing that I did mention to the chief last time he was here about the smoking going on the F line between J Street Metrotech and Second Avenue. During the holiday train, we're lucky the holiday train was they had the holiday train on the wall, but you have a lot of homeless people smoking.
I was on an A division train where there was a homeless person stretched out on the seat and sort of stunk, so nobody sat near him. And then all of a sudden he pulled out a reefer and everybody was coughing and everyone had to get out of the train.
I think there is a band of them
But-
because it's happened.
Agreed.
While I think the city should do more, I understand wanting to get out of the cold in these beastly days. I do understand that,
But it's
but this
not-
is not the solution.
But Andrew, Andrew,
We
by
need
the
to
way,
do better by that.
but Andrew, since you brought that up, as I was heading to Queens to another meeting, or a meeting with Edith, I'm seeing the E-train filled up with homelessness, like one sleeping on
The
the.
E-train is a slumber party.
Whoa, can I?
There's a reason for that, it doesn't come out
May I
on the
finish?
ground.
May I finish? What I'm trying to say is, I sent you the pictures of this because it's not just on the E now, it's showing it's also now coming into Brooklyn on sometimes 1 or 2 Q trains now.
Well, the
It's
C,
everywhere. It's on every train.
the C,
I've
the
seen
E,
it.
Not
and the
all
O.
trains have them.
Yes.
Hold on, guys.
The 60.
Let's not debate it.
Down here.
There's homeless all over the place,
Yes, there's
okay?
homeless over, but again,
No question.
is if we're supposed to follow, if MTA's supposed to follow the rules and regulation that you're not supposed to be, sleeping, especially the person sleeping on the floor, blocking a door for emergency exits, that's a fire safety concern. And I just brought up not just once.
There's health safety concerns, there's fire safety, there's sanitary, I mean, it's just not a good
I didn't have my
situation.
wheelchair then.
And I can
I
tell you
didn't
this
have the
also,
wheelchair
it's like, let's say
Now we're doing that
someone
one
who's in a
again.
walker or wheelchair can't get on.
I'll step on me with my new.
We're
All of
gonna,
this is a
we're going to send a letter to the chief and ask him how many people are responsible for overseeing the homeless problem, and if the Bowery Outreach are doing their part.
They call Bowery Outreach.
They do.
No, but there was one incident, the same thing that you just talked about, sprawled all over on the number 6, and with smoking a cigarette. Somebody went and got the conductor, who was only 2 cars away. They held it, the conductor came in and said, you're not allowed to do that. So the person put out the cigarette. The conductor went back to the conductor's.
Pulls it right out.
And right away, people complained, so the conductor got on the loudspeaker and said, to let you, smoking is not allowed on trains. Like this person
As if
really
that's
cares.
good.
Like the intercom was working?
The conductors, no, the
Whole train.
conductors of the train personnel have to be alerted with something like that, which is a safety hazard, not just that it's a homeless person.
Safety habit is good too.
What are they gonna do? Obviously.
They
Well,
can
they could call the
evict them from,
police,
they can
couldn't
call the police.
On their
can
radio, they
evict
should
them.
contact
They
the
can stop the whole
transit PD and
train.
say, we have a
Well,
problem
they
on
did it,
train
they
number
did it once
so-and-so.
on one train, they did. They did get the person off because they're actually, the homeless person was wanted, because he started,
I'm sure we all have our stories on this.
Oh, come on, you watch the video, they jumped the cop.
Yeah.
They weren't afraid of him,
No,
they
they're
came
not.
at him like night and
Because
living
the
dead.
smoking-
We have
smoking
very
is
few minutes left. Edith,
Old business. A number of years ago, I raised the issue that they had come with like a hacksaw and cut the backs off the benches at 207th Street. They still have not resolved those. Either put in new benches, put in the metal benches, whatever. But it really is pretty horrible. It is dangerous for people who, have to sit and try to get up, etc. I'm raising, I know they did it to a number of other stations.
Why did they do it?
They did that.
Prevent people from
Make a-
No, they did not do it to prevent people from sleeping on it, because there's still the bar in between, because they're,
So it's
They-
transit
Hudson.
workers who did it.
it's a transit, it was a transit issue. Yes, transit ordered these benches to be,
Mutilate.
yeah, okay, that's
But
one
why?
word for it. One, because there were homeless people and community residents who just spent their entire day sitting
so the
there.
idea is to make them less comfortable, is that the idea?
Yes, that was the issue.
Okay, got it.
But,
I saw Stuart.
Yeah.
I've got peripheral vision, Chris, it's good. Stuart,
I like that one, Andrew.
Two things, at prior meetings, I mentioned the graffiti on the end line,
Yep.
and they actually have been painting over that graffiti, so whatever we did yield something,
sometimes
but
our reports do something.
it did something.
Somebody reads it.
I'll change that later.
But the open issue that still remains that I raised has to do with a cleaning schedule, and we've raised it at several meetings, I don't believe we've received.
Which station?
No, the general
The general
cleaning
cleaning.
schedule for stations.
Okay.
We asked specific questions and made a specific request of one of our visitors, and at the last meeting, that,
So there's two different cleaning schedules. One is the regular and one is the deep cleaning schedule. So
Right.
we just received the deep cleaning schedule.
okay.
So we're.
So we're
looking
asking
at
for the
that.
regular one
So,
now.
right, it's the regular schedule that we
Right.
have,
Because I pointed
that we
out,
asked of Rachel and.
right, so if you could
have-
circulate that, that would be
Yeah,
nice.
we just got it.
Because I pointed out at a prior meeting that through my.
Yeah, we got the
bus-
deep schedule, but not the
no,
regular.
But through my
The deep
business, I
schedule's
told you
only-
that Franklin
It's only a few
Avenue,
stations, yeah.
Franklin Avenue had fecal matter all over the, from the
Right,
birds.
2, 3, 4, 5?
Thank you.
Franklin Shuttle.
Oh, the shuttle, okay.
Yeah,
Right.
and
So,
Thank you, Stuart.
so that hasn't been addressed, and it was something we mentioned at a prior meeting.
We
In
will
addition-
follow up.
In addition to that, can we get information about these extra cleaners that are in the contracted cleaners?
That's the deep cleaning.
Oh, that's the deep cleaning, oh, okay, but the regular deep cleaning was,
That's only a few stations, but
okay. Well,
That's an
it's
initiative of the governor.
enough.
No control.
And secondly,
right.
I sent an email to Ellen about this. I had a great experience the other night where a cleaner was standing there in front of me, in front of an elevator, and apologized to me that she had to mop the floor because urine was reported in the elevator. I have never run into that. I did not know that there were cleaners available.
oh, I thought you meant you never ran into urine in an
Oh,
elevator.
I live in a fantasy world, or do you? No, this was like,
please tell me you're gonna go poop on
this
that.
was like 10 o'clock at night.
That's very interesting.
I mean, I'm used to the person who cleans it, usually at 207th Street, but I just really,
We have time for one new
wanted to commend.
business item because we really have to leave, as many of you know. So, who has a new business issue
No,
Also
No.
handy,
Okay,
okay, Long and Railroad, Penn Station, Benjamin, terrible.
Oh, yeah.
oh, yeah, I
At
know.
least on one occasion,
That's new business.
I
I have no idea.
And as you know,
Because I
these
complained
men
about the
come in
window,
and
he's
they-
talking about the
Yeah,
mess.
it was bad, I was in there.
They don't clean
I
it?
have a question about buses.
There's a
Two
garbage
questions.
can.
The bus drivers, or shouldn't bus drivers be mandated to pull up to the same spot on every
To
route?
get in.
Because it's Russian roulette, I never know where to stand, and we're all getting off of Sheepshead Bay Road.
You know, you could take what you just said literally and mean every bus has to be on the same route to pull into the same route, but
Well, every B-36 should pull in
to the same place
where the sign is,
where the sign is.
so that the B-49 or whoever pulls in behind them. But instead, they stop in the middle, they stop at the end, they stop at the
We're
corner.
gonna,
They don't
we're
curve.
gonna, we're gonna
They
find,
should stop at the curb.
we're gonna find out a lot of things, later, and we will let you know.
Bus stopping is the problem.
Thank you all. Oh, yes.
one more question.
Question.
Yeah, so the speed limit is, so the train speed
Tomorrow,
limit needs to change.
60.
from
That's
miles
right.
per hour change from 6 to 15.
It changes by location.
The speed
limit.
limit.
Yeah,
I really don't
it depends where, what location you're speaking about.
The city hall, right?